Already recorded this once. Camera had a fit. We're back. Also, sorry for my horrible hair. You know, it's lockdown, all that stuff. And if you hear any noise, it's because I live on a busy road and I'm now filming during the day. So I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with eBay. I've been posting, selling, buying on there for years now, for as long as I can remember. Actually, when I was an early teenager, my mum and I would buy and sell on eBay because it was a way to make money and it was very cheap to buy from. I've never really had huge amounts of money, and so I like to buy used. A lot of the phones that I review on this channel are used, mainly because I don't have a lot of money, but also it does help the environment. You know, buying and selling used things are really useful for the environment because you're getting more use out of something that would have otherwise gone into landfill. Anyway, I've had some great experiences selling on eBay, some pain-free ones. There are also some real issues with the website, and there are downsides to using something that is so protected. So today I want to talk about why selling on eBay can suck. Fees. I get it, eBay has to make money. They're not going to make all of their money through selling ads, and so this has to happen. However, the way in which fees are applied is a little annoying. So I'm only taking into account using PayPal for this because I use PayPal for every single transaction, just because I like the peace of mind that PayPal gives, and I've been using it for so long now that it just feels like it has to happen. It's 7% here in the UK that PayPal takes, and the way they do it is really good. So as soon as the money goes into your account, PayPal takes it 7%, and you end up not really seeing that 7%, so you don't have to worry about it. With eBay, on the other hand, they take the money either at the end of the month or the end of the quarter. If you're new to the site or the service, or even you just forget that eBay is going to take their cut at the end of the month, it can be really not that nice. Really not that nice. Am I really mincing my words that much? When you get a 10%, especially if you sell a lot of things and at the end of the month your bill comes to like 300 or 400 quid as 10%, then you get like a big bill and you're not accounting for it, and it can just sting a bit. Maybe I'm talking from experience, maybe I'm a little bit sour, but this is something that's really annoying. I wish eBay would just take its fee as soon as the item's been sold. Pre-sale messages. This is one that I've only really experienced more recently when I sold my iPhone 11. So I'm pretty good when I list things on eBay. I'll take photos of pretty much every single angle of the item, 360 degrees. If there's a mark on it, I'll get a close-up of it, I'll mention it in the text. And when I do the text, I add as much info as possible, including, you know, citing where it's come from, how old it is, all that kind of thing. Does it have a warranty? And when I sold my iPhone, I got so many messages asking for details that I would never give out. So firstly, I got maybe 100 messages, and I really do mean this because it was the cheapest one on the site, so I got a lot of interest, and there were like 30 watches before anyone bought it. Got a lot of messages about battery health. That's something that I probably should have added in. Didn't think of it because battery health's never been a thing on previous items that I've sold, so that's kind of my bad. Put that in there. After about 3 or 4 days, I edited it into the text, and then I got messages about what specific branch of a phone shop did you buy this from? Specifically, what day did you buy it? Can I have the IMEI? Can I have the serial number? Kind of sounds like I'm making this up, but genuinely I had messages about that. And if I have screenshots of it, which I'm pretty sure I do, I'll put them on screen right now. It was horrific, the amount of messages I got. I got more messages than I did watches, which is kind of nuts. This isn't going to happen for every item, and that was the only item that's ever happened to me for, but it's just really annoying. Post-sale messages. Ironically, the only other real issue I had with selling something was from another iPhone. It was an iPhone 7, so it was a number of years ago now. I stupidly listed it as unlocked when I should have listed it as O2 locked. I didn't actually know it was O2 locked. I bought it from O2, but then didn't even think that, you know, maybe it was only locked to O2. Anyway, it was outside of the period, so you could unlock it if you wanted to. And I sold it to this guy, and he put his 3 SIM in it and it didn't work. And he sent me a very strongly worded message saying that I'd scammed him. And I said, no, I mean, I see the issue here. I will give you, you know, I'll offer £20 as a compensation and I'll pay for the unlock. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure that's quite reasonable given the item was worth about £600 at the time. 20 quid's not that bad. Anyway, the guy proceeded to, you know, throw some strong language at me and said that no, he's going to keep the device and he's going to keep his money, he's going to get his money back. And immediately I was like, oh, not one of these. Because with PayPal, you can almost guarantee that it'll come out the right way. And, you know, you have to submit all these kind of things to build a case, and then you might get your money back. A lot of the time you do get your money back. There are times that you don't, and it's really annoying. But fortunately for me, this time I did get the device back and he got his money back. But it is something where if you're not used to those things happening, it can be like a real issue and you could get like really stressed over it. And if you don't handle it the right way, if you sort of, you know, throw more insults back at the other person, it's likely you're not going to get your money back. But in this particular case, it worked out well, I guess. I mean, the annoying thing about it is you still have to pay the seller's fees, and then, you know, you have to wait for logistics. They have to send the device back. You have to wait for that. You have to relist it. It might be in worse condition if the person's just like taken the mick and just started throwing it around. So, you know, it could end up a lot worse than what I got, but it's just an annoyance where it really shouldn't happen. But, you know, you should have like a verified account. But for some reason, this guy just wanted to scam me out of my money. Or rather, I should say my iPhone. Ironically, that was the iPhone 7 I reviewed on this channel for anyone interested. Feedback system. Feedback systems are hard to get right on even smaller scale websites. So doing it on one of the world's largest online marketplaces is, you know, really going to be pretty awful. Now, for the most part, eBay's feedback system is decent. When you buy or sell an item, you get a selection of things to rate the person out of, and then they get a star rating and a percentage rating of positive and negative feedback. Mine's 100% because I'm a decent seller and decent buyer, and but that might not be the case for a lot of people. So eBay has this issue, and it's not hugely widespread, but it's widespread enough to make a video about it, that there are bots that you can literally sell things for like 5 or 10 pence and then sell them to yourself and get bots to just, you know, spam positive feedback ratings, which means that you could have an account that sold maybe 100,000 items with 100% positive feedback, which is unlikely. You're going to get 1 or 2 negative feedback ratings, and you know, people who are unsuspecting might check an account because, you know, on eBay you do your due diligence, you check out the seller, you make sure that they're not going to scam you out of your money, and 9 times out of 10 that's alright. But in some cases you might just get ripped off because someone's botted the account. Now, there are measures in place to kind of try and prevent this, but there are a number of times that I've seen particular shops that are genuinely just bot accounts, or like are selling really obscure amounts of like stickers just so that they can get 10,000 or 100,000 positive feedback ratings. I don't know, I think that's pretty sketchy. But I do think the feedback system is an area that could be improved. Listing particular details. I have to say this, eBay's selling form has been much improved on in the past 5 years. They kind of have a wizard now where you search your item, you find a similar item, it'll fill out most of the details, and then you just put in the intricacies like your particular title, your price, all that kind of thing, your description, your photos, and your postage. And it all works pretty well. I mean, you can actually just select a template and just go from there. You don't even have to, you know, you can use the suggested pricing. You don't even have to edit any of it. But when you're selling a particular item, something that's more niche, maybe it's handcrafted, maybe it's one of one, maybe it's really rare, and there isn't already an item on eBay, it can be really difficult to get it into the search properly. Because what happens is when someone searches for an item, eBay will generally select the category for you. So say if you search iPhone, it will pre-select smartphones. But if, say, you're selling an iPhone and it's not in the smartphones category, it's in, I don't know, antiques for some reason, then that's not going to show up in the search because you're in the smartphones category. This is something that's obviously a bigger issue with niche items because they might search, or someone might search for a particular item, it not be in the category they're looking for, and then suddenly the listing doesn't show up and they don't get any kind of attention. Now, a bit like the feedback thing, eBay has something in place to try and help that, and that's essentially that the system will deselect the auto category if it doesn't find anything in that category but finds it in another category. This 9 times out of 10 does work, but there are times where it doesn't, and so I think if eBay could make it a little more efficient to list and to search for unique items, it would be really good. But I think this is probably the hardest and probably the least likely for eBay to crack down on because, you know, it's a niche item that you're trying to sell, so there's probably not a lot of them, which means that it's probably not a huge priority for eBay. And two, how do you really get that right without creating like a unique category, which could be completely assorted of, you know, everything from one-of-one cars to sculptures to cutlery? Like, it's kind of difficult to nail that one. And that's where I'm probably going to leave this for the issues selling on eBay. So like I said, I have 5+ years, near enough 10 years experience selling on eBay. I've sold a lot of stuff, buying and selling. And if you want to see a guide on like, you know, how to buy on eBay, how to sell on eBay, how to be, you know, safe with your money on there, then let me know, because I'll happily do guides on it. You know, I've got plenty of experience and I can film and record that kind of thing. But what I want to know from you guys is your particular issues or strengths with buying or selling on eBay. I want to hear about those in the comments, because as someone who sells a lot on eBay, I want to know if like other people have the same issues as me, or am I just being an idiot? Sorry if you heard loads of noise, cars and bikes and vans and trucks and all that going past my house and making my house vibrate. Also, this light is a little bit loud, so it makes a little bit of a buzzing noise. So tell me if that annoyed you, just because what I'll do is try and mitigate as much of that issue as possible. But if you don't hear it, then it's fine. I'll just leave it the way it is. It's just going to annoy me and not you guys. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please do like, dislike, comment and subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one. And also check out all my social media links in the video description. I want to give a massive shout out to my patrons for being continually supportive. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I will catch you later. Peace.